Let's double check and let me refresh and yay. Okay. And we're live. Okay. Good deal. So, all right. So, hey everybody, welcome. I want to welcome you tonight to our team is Team BusyFit, and we are doing a little sneak peek into what this whole coaching thing is all about. Unfortunately, one of our coaches couldn't make it on this call tonight, so there's just going to be Nicole and I that are here to do the preview for you and kind of talk about what we're going to do. Is we're going to just kind of talk you through a lot of the frequently asked questions that we get when it comes to coaching and what is this coaching thing all about. And there's a lot of misconceptions out there about that we have to be, these crazy health and fitness professionals, and what I have to be at my goal weight and why I have to do this or that to be a coach. And really, the fact of the matter is that to be a coach, you need to have one thing really to be a successful coach, is that you want to help others. You want to be accountable on your own health and fitness journey, and you want to help others. And that is already the makings of a great coach right there. So tonight, Nicole and I are going to go ahead and talk on the topics that, like I said, those frequently asked questions that we get a lot. And I wanted to share with you, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Chris Parrott, and I am the founder of Team BusyFit. And we are part of the larger team organization, the Dream Team, which, if you know, that's the top team in the company. And so that's really exciting stuff. And being part of that top team like that lends us to all sorts of training opportunities, so that if you're sitting here thinking, I think I'm interested in this, but I'm not really sure what I want to do, the great thing about it is that we have all of the training opportunities. We have all of the tools there for you to learn this business, to learn everything that it is that you need to do. And so that's really exciting. And that's been a really big, because when my background, I'll actually start it back from the very beginning, is that there was a Saturday morning in December back in 2013, and my youngest at the time, was a year and a half old, and he came up and like grabbed my hand and wanted to play. And I couldn't even get up off the couch. I had zero energy. I was that mom with the under two kids. I was trying to work full time. I was just trying to balance. And I had completely lost myself. I had completely lost how to eat. I had no energy. And it literally felt like clawing and survival mode. And it was right then and there, I said, I have to do something about my life. Like, I have to change this. I cannot do this for the rest of my life. And I can't do that for them either. My kids deserved better than that. And I felt awful because I'm just laying there and, being a working parent, and you don't get to see your kids throughout the day and stuff. So I should be wanting to have that time with them. And so, at the same time, I had done Beachbody programs before. I actually have the very first program that came out still. And then, so I knew to go back to them. I love their programs. Just the nutrition I never did the nutrition right. And when I signed up P90X3 had come out, and I'm like, I can do 30 minutes. I can commit to 30 minutes a day. So there I was, getting up really early. And the workouts were never the problem for me. It was the commitment to the nutrition. And so right after I'd gotten done with P90X3, 21 Day Fix came out. And when I when I read and understood about the concept with the containers and the portion control, and quite honestly, I could still have my wine, they had a whole list for pizza, and I could eat food, like real food. And it was these portions, and it made sense. And it wasn't this crazy mathematical formula that I had to figure out for my food. If it fit in a container, I could eat it. And that was the easiest and most simple thing for me. So at the time, I had great results on P90X3, but I felt great at the consistency that I had done. So I was still close to 200 pounds. And when I started P90X, or when I started 21 Day Fix, and when I started that, I was instantly seeing results. Like, once my nutrition was dialed in, and it was something that really had never happened for me before, was that consistency in my nutrition. And then my coach ended up approaching me later on and was like, hey, you can get a discount if you want to do this. And I was like, sign me up if you can give me a discount, because that's one of the things about coaching is you don't have to come on and just be an active coach like we do, where we actively run these challenge groups that you see us talking about. You can actually just sign up for coaching for the discount. So there's a 25% discount that you get for all of your products that you do. And you also get a 25% commission for any products that you do sell, for like, so for anybody that you do sign up. And I'll talk in a minute about a difference about sharing and selling. But so anyway, I signed up for the discount, and almost immediately when I signed up for the discount, I had friends going, "Oh my God, what are you doing? I want to do it." And that's really what it's about. They see your results, they see you being a product of the product, and a coach is born. Like, you fall in love with these products. Nicole's going to talk about that in a little bit, like what it's done for her. Her story is incredible. But I had people that wanted to join me. So it was so much easier to do this on my own. And I mean, at that point, I'd lost like 30 pounds. I still had another 40 to go. So I'm here to tell you right now that you do not have to be at your goal weight to start coaching, to want to help others. You just have to have, like I said, that heart to want to help others, to get people motivated to get up, because it takes a community, it takes that team effort. And that's what really kept me going on those days. Like, we run these things called challenge groups, and they're these short periods of time, like maybe 30 days, 6 weeks. And we run the challenge groups because it's really scary when you tell somebody to change for a lifestyle. You're like, whoa, I've got to make this whole, like, for the rest of my life change. And if you just break it down into smaller, manageable parts, like these challenge groups do, that's exactly what they do. So at 30 days at a time, you can push for 30 days, and then you're like, okay, I did it. I can do another 30 days, and it helps make adapting to a lifestyle a little bit easier. So this challenge group, it's so great because you get the community, you get the support, you're able to track and log your stuff so you know when you've worked out, but you get that support from everybody in the group. It's the coaches leading it, but it's everybody coming together and saying, oh yeah, this is what's worked for me. Somebody says, oh, I'm having trouble, I'm struggling with my Shakeology. And the group says, oh, you know what, have you tried this recipe? Or have you tried like maybe some more ice with this? And people just have a million and one different suggestions, because they all have different perspectives. Like, they all know the differences of things, what has worked for them. So it's really exciting. So like I said, that was my story with the accountability. And then it kind of kept growing to the point that people were loving it so much that they were signing up as coaches. And so I'll talk in a little bit after Nicole goes. I'm going to talk about the compensation plan, because let's face it, what we are doing here is a business. And we're in the business of helping people. And that feels fantastic first and foremost. But when you're in a business, there is the return on investment that you do really need to look at. And so that's something that we're definitely going to talk about, because it's the biggest question on people's minds. I've had people that thought I did this for fun and didn't realize the financial impact that this has had on my family and what this has done for us. And it's been pretty significant of what's coming down for us. So that's really exciting. So one of the biggest, like I said, do you have to be at your goal weight to be a coach? And the answer to that is absolutely not. And I will tell you this too, is that it lends more credibility to you as a coach when you sign up and say, I am on this journey, I'm going to do this. And then people watch you show up every single day. And that builds an incredible following when people see that consistency and they say, oh, wait a minute, I know where she was 6 months ago. I can do this too. And you're like, yes, you can absolutely do this. And then those are the people that are coming in to sign up with you. There are people conversantly that are already on. I mean, maybe they've used Beachbody products and they are fantastic and they have that story that they can talk about. And they sign up too, because they know and they want to help people. And then I've got people that are already health and fitness professionals. They might have been, they were trainers, they were personal trainers before. And personal training takes a lot out of you physically, because you have to be physically at the gym to help these people, to walk them through, to talk them through. And it's a fantastic benefit for the people because you have the opportunity to help so many more people at a time than just the one-on-one person. And so that has been really rewarding for them as well. Same thing for the nutritionists and dietitians that are on our team, is that their biggest frustration is that they get people that are already having a problem, and they can't get to the root of the problem, in teaching about like healthier eating and ways to combat the morbid obesity that they are seeing, and or even just the unhealthy relationships with food. You don't even have to be obese to be having to go and talk to these people. It is, you just have unhealthy relationships with your food, with your scale, there's a myriad of things out there. You could be underweight, you can be overweight, you can be somewhere in between, but it's how you're feeling about you, that really is what comes down to it. So there is all walks of life that come into coaching, and it's not just for females, it's not just for stay-at-home moms, because what you also don't know about me as well, and I kind of I end up normally talking a little bit at the end about balancing coaching and a full-time career. And I work full-time out of the house. I'm a senior human resources professional. I work, and my job is intense. It's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of go. You don't see a lot from me during the day. So I balance it. I work in pockets of time. I work in the morning and I work in the evening after my kids have gone to bed, because quality time with my children is important too. So I'll talk about that in a little bit here. And we've talked about like not sharing and not selling. I actually have a script right over, not a script, but like a kind of an outline of what we've got going on, because I will start talking about coaching. It is something that just lights my soul on fire. I love coaching. I love everything that it's brought to me. I love our team. Everything that Beachbody represents. I love that they are so supportive of the military. I love that they are so supportive of community activities. Every time we have a product launch, they are supporting, there's another charitable organization that they're supporting. They're not just taking all of the profits for themselves. Proceeds go every single time to a specific charity, and it's the charity that the trainer has picked. And so if you have a trainer like Tony Horton that is very pro-military, you're going to see that there's going to be a military affiliated organization for them. If there is Autumn Calabrese is another one of the trainers that founded 21 Day Fix, and she's very big into like to children's health and those initiatives. And same thing, we just had another launch with the Shift Shop when Chris Downing got to pick like his charitable organization that proceeds went to. So it's just, you get to do a lot in an organization for a little bit of time. And so that return on investment right there, we'll get into the actual dollars and cents of it here in just a little bit, but that return on investment just for what you're giving out to the community and what you can be doing to help so many other people is incredible. So with that said, like I said, I've got my little script right here that I kind of try to follow so I don't go off too far off the rails here of what we should be talking about and answering your questions. But if you have questions, there is that chat bar on the YouTube screen there. So we'll be going back, flipping back, and checking into that on a pretty regular basis. So just let us know if you have questions. I'm going to flip it over to Nicole right now, and I want you guys to hear from her story, everywhere, what she's been through, and where she is right now and why she's coaching. It's incredible. So take it away, Nicole.
All right. Well, as Chris said, the job of being a coach is so very fulfilling, but I really didn't know that. I'm sort of falling into that and learning about it as I go, because I sort of jumped in with both feet. So I'll back up a little bit and tell you my story. And I'm coming at this from sort of a completely different place. I'm actually a mom of 3. And about a year ago, my oldest was a senior in high school, and we were really looking at his future. And I sort of started seeing the writing on the wall. All my kids were in middle school and above at this point, and they were starting to talk about their future. And I'm looking at my husband, and he's on the Xbox or the video games, and I'm sitting on the couch, and I'm thinking, I don't really know what's going to happen to us when we are empty nesters. And that really sort of started scaring the heck out of me. And I wasn't feeling very healthy or good about myself. And I felt really very overwhelmed with all of it, which seems really kind of crazy, because you start thinking, oh my God, there's light at the end of the tunnel. These kids are going to be gone, and I should be excited and enthusiastic about now we can go and do things. But I really just felt very overwhelmed about it. And I have a great job. I'm a supervisor over about 15 people in 3 different states. And I would go to work and feel very overwhelmed there. And I would find myself seeing all these things at home or at work that needed to be done and just not even being able to take that first step, and then really beating myself up about it. Nutritionally, I wasn't in a terrible place. I'm a vegetarian since about 2012, but I was becoming a very chubby vegetarian, and so it didn't make a lot of sense to me. I had been in the military. That's a little bit way back in my story. So I had been very healthy at one point in my life, and that almost contributed more to the way I felt about myself now, because I just kept adding pounds, and it wasn't astronomical, but it was going in the wrong direction every year. It was creeping, creeping, creeping. So about a year ago, I was in a pretty bad place and felt just, like I said, really dark and overwhelmed and depressed for the honest truth. And I sought help at that time, and did get enough help to sort of kickstart my journey and get me enough out of that black hole that I could see that I needed to change. And I knew that a big part of that change needed to be health and fitness. And so, like most people do, I committed at the beginning of this year in January to really change my health and fitness. And I even signed up for, we have a program at work that will let you take time out of your job to go work out 3 hours a week. And so I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a change, and I'm going to start to feel better. And April rolled around, and that was my 39th birthday. And I was sitting there after my birthday and realizing it's only a 6-month program, so I only had about 2 months left of this program, and I had done nothing. Nothing had changed. And at that point, Chris, who is my coach, she has been consistently posting for a long time, and I happened to catch a post of hers, and I was like, I'm in. What you got for me? And bless her heart, she started doing what she's supposed to do. And you'll learn more about that if you sign up to be a coach, that you ask questions because you genuinely care about these folks. You really want to help them. You don't just want to throw them a link and be like, get after this. This is what, because you know what they need, but you want to really know that that's what they need. And you want to engage and understand what have been their challenges. Yet, for example, like me, I had a DVD case full of workout programs. So it wasn't that I didn't have access to workout programs. So what was the issue? And so she asked all these questions, and I was like, come on, I just sign me up. Where do I sign up? Because I was so ready. I was so ready for something else. And I didn't know what she had going on, but I was in. And so it didn't take much convincing for me. So I started that, and I'm telling you right now, like for me, what was missing was the accountability. Nutrition, yes. So the portion fixed containers, let me back up to, I was a vegetarian, but here's what I was doing. I had these pasta salads going, and it was all pasta and a little bit of vegetables. So the portion fixed containers was huge for me. Like that changed my whole mindset. Like, okay, great. I can still have pasta, but now it needs to be more veggies than pasta. But another thing that was so simple, like I was skipping breakfast. I'm not ready to eat a meal in the morning. I'm just not. So getting into Shakeology and having that be my quick breakfast that I can drink on my way to work was huge for me. I was stabilized. My blood sugar was straight throughout the whole day. And so I was really into it. And then the challenge groups. Like I don't know about you guys, but having been in the military, running in formation, pushing up in front of people, like that stuff motivates me. And so getting in a group where I was there with a group of battle buddies, so to speak, and that we're going through the same struggles and we're having the same obstacles was a huge game changer for me. I felt accountable to them. I wanted to get up and post every morning. And so that kept me in the game. And it was just mind-blowing. Once I started getting all that stuff, it was like the stars aligned. Everything was bam, 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 bam. And so I started feeling better. And I'm here to tell you, like, this has done more for me than all of the antidepressant medicine has done, because you just start sleeping better and you start eating better, and so you're fueled better, and so you have that energy and that stuff that I used to sit there on the couch and be like, man, I know I need to do that, and I feel really bad about it, but I'm just too overwhelmed and too tired. I'll get up and do it. It was like no big deal. I got this. Like I just felt more empowered. And then I started to really love myself more, and other things started to happen. My marriage has gotten better because, you know, hubby doesn't mind that I'm starting to look and feel better about myself. My work life has gotten better because this, you'll find out, like, you think you don't have time, but what this teaches you is how to really make the most of your time. And so you start getting after stuff that you were putting on the to-do list for forever. And my kids, like, they actually have told me, we don't really love that you're doing this Beachbody thing because it makes you really get after us about stuff we're supposed to be doing. Because I would feel overwhelmed about even being a parent and helping my kids and in their challenges. And this most recent thing that happened, that I'll share with you guys really quick. I told you guys that I had an 18-year-old about a year ago, or a senior. We got to the end. He was wanting to join the Air Force, and he was overweight. He needed to drop pounds. And if I had not been involved in this program, I would not have known how to help him. And he would not have been able to get in that military. But we had a plan. We had a nutrition plan. We had a workout plan. And more than that, I knew what he was going through. I knew the challenges and the obstacles, and I was able to help and share and get him on board with what he needed to do. And guys, that's really what this is about. So absolutely, my personal transformation, I wouldn't change that for the world. I love it to death. But when Chris asked me if I wanted to coach, it was like, absolutely, because I'm here to tell you, I want to tell everybody about this. This is the best thing that's happened to me in a long time, and I want to share it because it's almost like if you knew that there was like a pot of gold or something incredible over on the side of the street, and you were just like, no, I just want to keep it for myself, but it like shrank as you kept it for yourself because it was just you and you were the only one benefiting from it. It takes away when you start sharing this and getting other people. And that's why I said I'm learning as I go about how fulfilling it is. You start having folks that you care about, that you are honestly invested in, come and tell you things like, you know, I didn't lose any weight yet, but I'm only 16 days into this and I'm down 2 pant size. Or, you know what, I don't wake up anymore in the middle of the night with leg cramps. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't matter because I'm getting better sleep. Like, and other just crazy things. A person who was relatively fit, she said, I completed the 5K with more endurance. I wasn't exhausted and wore out at the end of it. Like, those things fuel you, and then you're still in it for you too, because you're always a challenger first, but it keeps you inspired, it keeps you motivated. And that's really what this is about. So Chris is going to talk about sharing, not selling, but I'm telling you, as long as you approach this with the heart and you know that you just want to help people find what they've been missing and what they've been looking for, and there's joy and fulfillment in their own lives, it will never feel like selling. And that's the best part of it. So I don't know, Chris, if I hit on all the points, but love it and just can't thank you enough for the opportunity.
Oh, that is so perfect. I love hearing your story. I love hearing how just you were able to take it on. You were able to take on that nutrition, because, like you said, French fries are actually vegetarian. So, and it's just that it's a weird relationship that we have with food. And I think and just then the second and third order effects that you have had, for your family, what you've been able to do for your family, and now what you're able to do for so many other people as we sign up and as we go, into challenge groups. I love hearing your story. I'm so happy you're on tonight to share that. So, and we start talking about, sharing and not selling. And people are like, oh, I don't want to feel icky and salesy, because I'll tell you, nothing turns me off faster when I see people that are posting. I cringe when I see people post and they're like, hey, buy me. I'm only, $100 or whatever. And there's a dollar sign on something. I don't think you've ever seen a dollar sign on my page, like, as a legit, here, sell something, buy me. I'm not asking you to buy something. I'm asking you to join me on a journey. Like, I feel fantastic. You heard from Nicole. There's the other coaches on the team. There's the other challengers. And the list goes on and on and on. And it's one of those that we lose sight of how good we feel about, or of how we should feel good about ourselves. We get wrapped up in the day to day little bad habits become compounded, become bigger and bigger bad habits, until suddenly we're sitting there looking at ourselves in the mirror and we don't recognize ourselves anymore. We're not happy, we're overweight, or we could be underweight, we have both. And it's just, we've gotten to this point where we don't know how to take care of ourselves anymore. So that's really what this is about. And we teach people how to go about making sure that they are approaching selling or approaching sharing and not selling from a standpoint. And we do actually have, when you sign up as a coach on our team, we have an entire new coach university training. So you can tell me that you're like, I have 60 friends on Facebook, or whatever social media outlet you're on. That's fine. Have 60 friends, and we talk about how we can expand our market. And it's these small daily steps that we do that they teach you, that you do over and over again, that end up growing into this beautiful business. Like, this business keeps growing, and it doesn't grow on something any extravagant, extreme, bright and shiny, the fittest person, anything like that. Anybody can be a coach. And it's if you're willing to put in that hard work. And I say hard work because it needs to be consistent, just like your workouts, just like your nutrition. It can be done, I'm not kidding you, in 1 hour a day. And I'm going to tell you about that when I get to the how do you work full time and balance being a coach. But I will tell you, in 1 hour a day, you can build a successful business in doing this. We teach you very focused activities that you do every single day. You follow those, and your business will grow. So one of the big things that people always want to know is, how do I make money? And that's legit. And I will, like I said, when I first started out, I just started out for the discount because I wanted to save money. So even there's a $15.95 monthly business fee. So you can think of it as your gym membership. You can think of it, if you're coming into it as a coach, that $15.95 business fee, that covers an entire back office that includes all of your orders. They process all orders, so you do not have to you don't carry stock. They order directly from Beachbody. They don't order from you. So that is a really nice perk, that you don't have to be carrying stock. So it covers that. It covers Beachbody gives you websites that you can use. There's an entire training library. There's an entire resources library. So all of those challenge groups that we run, we end up tweaking the challenge groups and the daily activities to kind of tailor to us and to what our groups need. But Beachbody gives us it for every single program. So we have a starting point where they share the nutrition. We get all of the nutrition, guys. We get all of, they take care of all of the accounting for you as well. So any of the commissions that are coming in, they take care of all of that. They take care of, you get leads as well. So as you advance, and we'll talk about the advances in a minute. I get excited about that because in human resources, one of the things I've used to do is incentive compensation. So learning the incentive compensation program, how it is set up here for Beachbody, wasn't very complicated to learn. It just, you had to understand that it was an incentive plan. And with every incentive plan, you have to study it to figure out how it works best for you. It's not just, here's a straight cut paycheck. The harder you work, the bigger your paycheck is. And then the bigger the sales rewards are that you get. So, and so that $15.95 fee, we're going to cover that. And then if you are a veteran, if you are active duty military, or if you are the spouse of an active duty military, that $15.95 fee is waived. So you can come and sign up. And if you only wanted the discount, you could come sign up and your account is free. You get a pure 25% off. If you are not active duty military, veteran, or the spouse of an active duty, then that $15.95 fee, you're still saving $15 to $20 a month just on your Shakeology alone when you sign up. So if you're a customer right now and you're listening to this, I don't care who your coach is, please go talk to them about signing up for the 25% discount. Please go save money on a product that you're already using on a regular basis. It only makes sense. And there's never any pressure for you to become an active coach either. You could stay and be a discount for the rest of your life, and that's totally fine. Or what ends up happening is you go from just a discount coach, you can go into being a hobby coach. And the hobby coach is you kind of have a couple people that want to do it with you. And when I say it, like challenge groups and stuff like that, but you're still running it, like your coach, your upline is running these events with you, and they do most of the work and everything, but you're bringing people in and you're kind of building a team. And then you've got the people that start to go all in, and I'm kind of somewhere in between there because I do still work full time. So there is the potential to take this business and go and work full time. It can replace your income. The Beachbody compliance team and everybody else, the lawyers and stuff, want me to make sure that I tell you that they do not guarantee any level of income. That it is all solely based on your work and your efforts. So, but they can't. We have to put that disclaimer in there so that people don't come in and think that they're going to be able to quit their jobs tomorrow because they're going to be making this money. You can very quickly replace your income. And what I like about Beachbody is that I mentioned it in the very beginning, is that you earn 25% commission on any products that people sign up for. You earn 25% commission on any follow-on orders that people have. So as people order Shakeology month after month after month, you get another 25% on that as well. And then what ends up happening is that if people, so I really like, if you look at it from an incentive point, it's not heavy on the front. So most companies you're going to find is that the incentive plan is very heavy up front and there's not anything on the back side. So very heavy up front, meaning as soon as people sign up, that's where you're going to get all of your commissions. And that's where you see, I think that's why you see a lot of people that are like, yay, you signed up. Okay. And then you never hear anything from them again. You get people then, excuse me. And so we are encouraged to make sure that people are using these products well, that they are, and I love this concept about it too, is that we want to see you get through a program. Like our success is measured on if you get through that program. That's where our satisfaction, are you getting those results? Do you have that transformation story to tell? And I think I think that's a really incredible philosophy to be living by, that's we reward for results. And it actually is going to be another category. We have an annual event every year, and I've got to tell you, I've been to so many corporate events, both with the government and every place else that I've worked. This is by far the most fun annual event you can possibly go to. I know Nicole's going to it next year. I'm super excited about that. They have them, they'll have it, they've had it in Nashville, they've had it in Las Vegas, they had it in Louisiana or in New Orleans this year. We have it in Indianapolis this next year. And it's incredible. It's 3 days of, you get celebrity trainer workouts to sign up for. You get this ultimate personal development. I got to hear Darren Hardy. I've heard Brendan Burchard. Chalene Johnson's gotten out there. You get to hear from the CEO directly himself. There is tons of recognition that comes out. And so anybody can go, any coach can go, and you can bring guests. And so that's really incredible when they open it up and you see just how many lives we're impacting. Because really my two very most favorite events, and I know I'm getting a little off topic of the income, but my two most very favorite events at Summit is, first of all, they have what we call the Beachbody Challenge. So every single time that you have done a program, you can submit your results and you automatically get a free t-shirt. So first of all, I'm going to hang around just because I'll do just about anything for a free t-shirt. But second of all, every time you do that, and the greater story that you've had, the greater weight loss story that you had, you get monthly, quarterly, and annual. You get submitted into a drawing for that, and you can win like $25,000, $100,000 just for taking care of yourself. It's so incredible. And then you listen to these stories and what people have overcome. And I think me losing 70 pounds and being able to keep that off and starting to help people is pretty incredible. These people are losing, 100 pounds, 110 pounds, 150 pounds. And you're just like, they're losing an entire person. And to hear what they've done and what they've changed health-wise for themselves and what they've changed, for their families and everybody else that they've helped, it's incredible. That's one of my favorite. My other favorite is they always do at some point. We have these breakout sessions. And so they'll be like, there's thousands of people in these sessions and they'll say, all right, everybody who's lost, 20 pounds, everybody stands up and they're like, stay standing. And as they go up higher and higher and higher, and and more people sit down, and then everybody's cheering like even more for those. And I got to tell you, at 70 pounds, it's pretty awesome. Like there's not a lot of people standing around you, but man, when they bring up those people that are 100, 110, 115, 20, 60, 160, I think was the top one in our room this year. I mean, there's tears. Like there are tears for everybody, because you know the effort and the sacrifice that those people have gone through to make that change. And we're part of that. Like we get to be a part of that. And it's people taking care of people. That is an incredible business to be a part of. Okay, so anyway, back to I told you I could talk about this stuff all day. It just I feel alive doing this. So back to the making money. So you get the 25%. You also have something that as you grow your team, as your team produces, you get volume bonuses. So as your team is producing, so it's just like any other, if you're looking at the sales plan, the leaders are then rewarded for how well their people underneath them are doing. And so we get rewarded for that. And then we will rank advance for that. And so we get paid weekly. Another really nice bonus. If you want to see some really happy faces, you should see coaches on Thursdays when the paychecks hit. Yes, that's a fantastic time. But so we get paid weekly, and then we get paid quarterly. So if you get up to a certain rank, means essentially a promotion. And you get a promotion by, if you have X number of people underneath you, X amount of work, So if people are working underneath you and working hard, you're going to get a promotion, just like you would in any other business. And so as you grow there, you get a quarterly bonus as well on top of that. And those quarterly bonuses are pretty incredible. And the reason that I got motivated, honestly, is when I looked and I saw, what some of these top coaches are making, is my husband and I, have very, very good jobs. And I look to see what they are doing, and they get to sit there and help people every single day. Like that is their job all the time. I'm like, yes, I want to do that, because they are matching what my husband and I both make, doing something that they love. So as much as I like HR, I get frustrated. I love HR. I get frustrated where I am at with a lot of the red tape and the politics that happens. And when I can look and say, oh my gosh, there is something out there that can light my soul on fire like that I can get excited for, and love to come to work every day. It helps motivate you. It helps want you to grow and move on. So I think I'm going to just double check real quick to make sure nobody's had any questions on the incentive. Let me just refresh. So I think we're doing okay on that. And if that makes sense, the incentive plan itself, we go over in depth in the new coach training. And then we still have additional trainings after that we continue to go over it, so that people thoroughly understand how to be maximizing their income potential. But again, that income potential is completely it's dependent on your efforts. So always remember that. But we are here as a team to support you. And we run contests and challenges, and we do everything together. And we embrace those ideas. So if you are somebody that's like always has these ideas and just really wants to go do things, we encourage that creativity. We encourage that independence, and that free thinking like that, and how we get people into a routine. So we want you to come in with your ideas, and we want you to be able to, shed light on an area that I'm not a creative person. So maybe you are going to be a creative person, and you can bring a lot to the table. So we're always learning from each other. The last thing I wanted to hit on is, I'm going to take a drink. I have my LaCroix. So I cut my soda habit ages ago. I'm very happy. And so LaCroix has been a fantastic little cheat for me, I guess. So.
Hey, Chris, if I can, I just wanted to jump in there for the conversation. Just, for those of you who maybe that's like stars in your eyes to think about, replacing income, just on a more immediately tangible level, the coaching opportunity has begun to pay for my Shakeology for me. So this is essentially paying for itself, and I really am just helping three or five people a month get started on their own fitness journey. So, whether they continue or not, that is part of just sort of the cycle as you're getting folks started. But because you're so invested in this and because you really do care, you get you get this other return on investment, with just being just rewarded and watching everybody else's journey. But for those of you that, maybe that's not where you're at, because I know I wasn't. Like I did not even know what Chris will tell you, I didn't ask any of those questions. I hadn't even sat on one coach sneak peek, and I was like, yeah, sure, let's do this. I really just wanted to share. But over the last couple of months of doing this, that's been a real benefit, for me and my family. And that this thing that I got involved in, that maybe the husband was like, you're paying how much for a shake, is not an issue anymore, because it's paying for itself. So that's just a more tangible compensation, factoid out there for those of you who may be considering the opportunity as well.
Great point. That's a great point. And one thing I didn't touch on when I was talking about the compensation is that there are no quotas. So it's completely up to you. If you are helping people get started, then guess what? You're going to be rewarded. If you're not, then there's going to be nothing to show for it. And that's totally fine. So, and we understand that some months it gets busy, but it's a business. So being consistent in those actions. Nicole talks about helping those 3 people a month. And that's really the bench line of being a coach, is we help 3 people get started. 3. That's a pretty tangible number. I mean, an easy number to wrap your mind around. It's not hundreds of thousands of people that you have to help to get started to be making any sort of income. And so those 3 people, we have a very simple rewards program. So if you help 3 people, we hit what we call Success Club 5, because there's points to these. You hit Success Club 5, you get a gift every single month. If you hit Success Club 10, you get a gift every single month. And just for helping those 3 to 5 people every single month, it adds up. And it adds up in the form of not only the income, but then you're earning money. Beachbody will give you a trip. So those trips that you hear people talk about going on, and like my company sent me on a cruise, or my company sent me to an island, or my company did this or this. Yeah, that's you for helping 3 to 5 people every single month. That's all you have to do. So this next trip that we're going on, we're going to Cancun. We're going to the Riviera Maya, and guess what? My trip is already paid for. Like in the Success Club points that I've already done, that we're going on in April of next year, I've already paid for it. They give you a little monthly, they send it out to you. I think it's monthly or quarterly. I can't remember. And you see it, and it tells you where you're at based on your points. And yeah, this last time around came around, and I've already paid for it. And that's incredible. I never thought I would be one of those people that get the trip, the company trip. And it wasn't anything dynamic that you had to do. I had to help 3 to 5 people every single month. And that's what I've done. And that's, it's rewarding, and you're getting rewarded. So yeah, it's win-win all around. So there's a lot of really great perks to it. And there's a lot of short-term, immediate, like if you just want to pay for an extra date night, if you want a grocery bill, if you want to redo the floors on your kitchen, if you want to pay extra on a student loan, or pay down some credit card debt, that is what it's been doing for us right now. We moved back from the state, or from being overseas, and it cost way more money than we had budgeted for. Like, we thought we had budgeted really well, and we moved back to the Washington, D.C. area. And you know what Washington, D.C. is? It's expensive. Everywhere you go, no matter what you do. And not only that, we had 4 major disasters on our house. We have a house that was our first house in Ohio, and then we have our house here. We had 4 major disasters the year that we moved back. So we had not only had to do the down payment, deal with that. We had, let's see here, in our house in Ohio had termites. It had a flood that completely had to redo the kitchen and into the living room. And I mean, everything flood. We had ants. We had to get a new roof as well. So we had 4 major events the year that we moved back. So, and then that following year. So it was a struggle for us. And if I didn't have, that's when I really ended up kicking into my Beachbody business and kicking it up, because if I didn't have that, I'm really not sure, like, there were some bills that weren't going to be getting paid. And so it was just a relief to know that I was helping my family that way, and to being able to pay those extra bills and to not be freaking out that way. And so now what we are doing is we're fast forwarding, and like my student loan debts are getting paid down quicker. My husband's car payment is getting paid down quicker. And I'm really looking forward to the day that we start paying extra on our mortgage. Like that goal, I'm so excited for that goal. At this rate, should be this time next year. We will be, whoops, my phone is getting low. So anyway, that's something I'm excited about. And I want to make sure we stay on time here. So the last part I wanted to talk about was balancing coaching and a full-time career or a full-time job or whatever full-time that you have going on. Nicole already mentioned too, she's a busy manager. She's a busy mom. She's got all this stuff going on. I am as well. I have two little boys. They're 5 and 7, and they are starting kindergarten and first grade this year. And last year they were at two different schools. Bottom line, we have two completely different children that have different interests that we are going and doing the activities for them. On top of the fact that I work full time, like I said, I was a senior human resources specialist, and my husband is also, he works as well full time, very busy, stressful job for him. And he's also getting his PhD. So we're kind of busy. Like I get it. Whenever anybody says, oh my God, I'm too busy. First of all, you can give me 22 minutes to 30 minutes a day just to work out. Just give me that to be consistent with it. But what I have done, what I've developed over the years, I told you it takes 1 hour a day to build this coaching business. And I'm committed to that. Like there's going to be sacrifices that you do. I've given up TV shows. There's certain TV shows, but I have found that I get a greater value out of coaching and the things that I do and the relationships that I build there. But I don't mind that I gave up TV. I'm totally okay with that. Um, but that 1 hour doesn't have to be one consistent hour in a day. I have broken it up. So I do, for the first year, all I did was 30 minutes on my commute in, that I would work my business and those tasks that I was telling you about that we go over in the new coach training. 30 minutes on the way into work on my commute, 30 minutes on the way home for my commute. I was too tired to, when the kids went to bed, to get back on and start working at 9 o'clock. I just wasn't ready to give that commitment. And now, a year, year later, and sometimes I like to work at lunch. I don't really take a lunch too often anymore. I know that's bad. I tell everybody they need to unplug and take a break. I might walk around a little bit, but you don't see me during the day. Like I'm not on social media. I'm not answering messages. And my people know that because they all have jobs and they're busy too. So you can make it work in these pockets of time. And we show you how to, we take your schedule. What is your schedule? Talk to me about it. Where in your day can we make coaching work? Can we make it fit? Because it's going to fit for anybody. You might only have those 30-minute pockets of time. You might only have 10 minutes. And it adds up. If you can do 10 minutes to get to that hour during the day, that's what you do. You can break up those tasks that we have you do to make an hour. Now, some people have more time, and that's incredible too, because then that's all that much more that they can do with their business. But I'm gonna tell you, like, coaching is just, I take this full-time thing. I take where I think that I can't fit one more thing into my life, and I take coaching on. And when I took coaching on, what that ended up doing, because it was teaching us these really focused tasks of what you do from start to finish, and what that ended up doing for me is I became more focused in everything else I was doing. I became more focused and more productive at work because I knew to come in and I focus and that's what I do. I became more focused and had better quality time with my children because when I came home, my phone went down and I was there and my computer was off and I was there and present with them. We have our routine together in the morning. We have our routine together in the evening, and that's their time. That is not Beachbody's time. That is not my day job's time. That is their time. And so then when they go to bed, then I hop back on. That's when my husband is studying. That's when my husband is studying. And that's when I am working Beachbody again. And so I have an extra hour that I've now been able to fit into my day that I dedicate to Beachbody. But then again, I can't tell you what an episode of like the Kardashians are or anything like that, because I don't think I've ever seen an episode of that. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. But again, so it's helped me to actually to enjoy a better quality of life overall with my work. My work has given me, coaching has just given me this confidence. Great thing about coaching is it always pushes your comfort zones, and it's always challenging you to do something more, to do something that you wouldn't normally do. And so it has actually helped me take that on at work too during the day, where I took on a project. I went and actually volunteered instead of watching, like standing up against the wall and watching somebody else do it, to be able to get all that experience. And I took on, and we just transitioned 10,000 people into my little section. I just transitioned 10,000 people into a performance management system. Awesome. And that's just my little piece of it. This is like going our whole entire organization. And then right now I said, hey, I see that we have a really bad problem, with how we approach retirement for our civilians. And my boss said, yeah, you're right. How are we going to fix it? Go fix it. It's huge. It's a monumental problem. And I am like, I just volunteered for it. I took it on. Like, I had the confidence to do this, and I can make a change. So not only am I making a change in people's lives individually as we are coaching and what we're doing with that in our community there, I can see those effects coming into coaching, into my day job as well. And so that confidence that I have to be able to take those things on as well, has been, oh my gosh, just tenfold of things that have just gone really great for me over the time since I've started coaching, and what I've seen my confidence levels and my organizational skills, because I thought I was organized, and then I had kids, and I was just really happy I didn't forget my children anywhere, or, be that, the cartoon where they forget the kid on the top of the car. I kind of thought that was going to be me for a while. I really struggled with that, but these focused power hours that we do when it comes to coaching and come to working it's changed every outlook and every aspect of my life. Whereas we commit to the workouts, we commit to the nutrition, and we commit to coaching and helping others. And it's a fantastic opportunity. I really hope that we have answered your questions tonight. I look forward to whoever the coach was that invited you here. Please reach out to them. They will be reaching out to you too. But if you didn't get a specific invite from a coach, just hit Nicole or I up. We'd love to talk to you more about how Team BusyFit would be a good fit for you. We'd love to talk to you about that. So we've got our next New Coach University starting the first Monday in September. And so it's plenty of time for you guys to get all of your questions answered, to get you signed up, and to get you in there. So we got those prep tests ready to go. All right. So Nicole, you got anything else to add?
No, I think you covered it. Thanks so much.
All right. Okay, awesome. So everybody else out there, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I love to talk about coaching. As you can see, Nicole has just a fantastic story, and the stories just go on and on the team. We learn so much from each other, and we motivate and empower each other. And so whatever it is that you need in your life, sometimes it's not just the working out. You just need that support. You need that extra friendship. You need those like-minded people to be that friendship that you need. So it's just the people that have been brought into my life is another really great example of the positives for coaching. So with that said, we're going to wrap it up, and I'm giving you 3 minutes back. So yes, it's not even 10 o'clock yet, you guys. Thanks for being here tonight. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.